Welcome back to Dirt to Daytona. Here we are, season number 4. Season 1, though, in the modifieds. And we got that money we needed to jump up into a better position, a nice upgrade for our car. Let's go ahead and take a look. I said I'd work on suspension and aero first, and that's what we're going to do. If I take a look here, it's a huge jump in price. For not terrible gains if you think about it, but not great gains. Eventually we need $57,000, but I do know that Aero sitting at 17.5, we have 18.6, and that's a big jump in downforce, so that's what we're going to use. Look at that. That's probably one of the bigger exchanges you get for only upping your car like 3 levels on a part, so that's pretty nice. We're going to buy that part. We've got Crystal Lake, $30,000 up for grabs. Let's get out there, do our usual practice, especially with the new part on the car, see what we can do to push the limits and get a better finish than 15. All right, yeah, we might be able to get in front of Hemiseth, but so far out of the top 7 that have gone, and we haven't really done that great in the lap area, so mid-25s is about where we're at. We'll see where we end up right here. All right. Coming down to the lap that means it. Get down to the line, keep it off the apron, drive off pretty decent for what we have for a car. Into 3 and 4, same kind of thing. Gotta get that drive off a little bit better. Nice, holding it. That's going to be about as good of a lap as I can do, and that's a low 25, so not too shabby, if I do say so myself. 12th place qualifying efforts in front of Jason Sullivan, who used to be in my old career one of our nemesises. So we'll see how that works out this time. Let's get right out to this race. See if we can place this 3 better places than we did in the last race. All right, taking a look at your starting grid. Front row, William Anderson, Jeff Ondich. Second row, Gray Soros and Francis Lee. Coming up in your third row, Mark Kanazawa and Jason Kausch. Row number 4, John Justin and Joel York. Row number 5, David Canepa and Andy McNamara. Row number 6, we're on the outside next to John Bundy.
It's set. The race is going green.
And here we go. Our 4th gear is geared a little different than theirs, so I'm not sure we're going to get the speed, but we're going to jump in front of Bundy. We can't. Suck. I messed that up pretty bad. Entrance was terrible. That's going to lose us a number of spots. We're going to get hit. I mean, we did drive down on top of, not Revis, but Brown, but that wasn't great. Now we have a lot of work to do to try to catch back up to the pack in front of us. I do think we have the speed to at least drive away from the cars behind us. But I'm not sure if we have what it takes without a bunch of perfect laps to get to the cars that are in front of us. We're going to find out right now, though, as we put this effort in, trying to catch Sullivan and Hemiseth. We've got 20-plus laps to go to get there. And, I'll take blame for that. That was absolutely my fault, how that first lap started off. Not the way I'd want it to go. In fact, I had some sound issues and had started to run this race once already. Was probably 7 laps in, and although it was in the same place I'm in now, I did not, at that point, run the car across anyone's nose and cause any issues. So, we're not starting this one off as well as we started the last one off. However, we are catching Sullivan a little bit, and I think that if we get down onto that white line a little more and can hug it, just like that, we'll have bigger gains on him, and probably, if we can get to the inside of him, get around him. Oh, look at that. That's pretty, but I had to. That's the problem with me. I wish I had my. I'm running on a regular Xbox One wired controller, and I do have an Xbox Elite controller. I just can't find my wireless dongle for it, and I can adjust or take the analog sticks off and put taller ones on, and that gives you more of a range when you're driving, so that you can Like right now, if I come off of the analog stick, it's a kind of a quick route to shooting up the track. So when trying to do something like catch Sullivan, if I need to readjust or if I'm going too deep into a corner, it goes from too deep to a big drive up the track, and that's not good. We have gotten to Sullivan, give him a little love tap there. He has gotten to Hemeseth, so this could be a good deal for us overall. In fact, we might just follow Sullivan and see if we can get around Hemeseth. I shouldn't have followed Sullivan. The AI obviously doesn't take the right angle on a corner, but I might be able to sneak right in here this time. Ooh, that was a little nerve-wracking. We're on his left rear tire, so see what I can do with this. 18 laps to go. This will put us back into 13th place if we can hold it. Yeah, we'll hold it. Drive off will be all right. But now, somehow, as we were right at Sullivan's bumper, he's 1.1 seconds ahead of us. So, thus comes the next challenge, which is catching him again. And in front of him is Bundy, who we were next to on the starting grid. Ever tell you how much I love racing on pavement versus dirt? Well, if I didn't already, which I know I did, here it is again. I just love the control. We do have Brown. No, whoa. Oh, that's the... I'm like, who is that? It's the leader coming to pass us. That is crazy how much faster they are than us. But when in my first playthrough where I was able to max the car out, my top lap ever was a 22-second lap. We're running 25-second laps right now, so that would make a lot of sense. I need to try to string together some good laps here, though, to catch and pass Sullivan. I'm going to go dark for a minute, a little bit of silence, enjoy the sounds of the engine, maybe some music. I don't know what I'm doing with the editing yet. I'm recording this way before I'm going to be editing or putting these videos out. Getting quite the compilation so that I'm ready to go when I'm ready to go. All right, 2 laps down, 2 laps left to go. Actually just got lapped by this car in front of us, and we're catching him. No, we didn't get lapped. This is someone we're gonna lap. We have lapped some cars. Some cars have lapped us, obviously, if we're down 2 laps right now. So we're about a little bit of a mix in this pack.
Last lap.
We come into our last lap here. And we're just gonna, we're doing exactly what the car is allowing us to do, so I'm not upset about our positioning right now. We come around to our final 2 turns here. It's hard to be angry about a car that, you drove as much out of as you could. I made a mistake on the first lap, but I did recover from it. I mean, we qualified 12th, we finished 13th, but it looked like Sullivan started to pull away from us. He didn't make any mistakes. And not that he's our nemesis right now, but he's definitely the car to beat for what we have put up. And your top 5 finished: Jeff Ondich, William Anderson, Francis Lee, Grace Soros, and Jason Kausch. There are only 6 cars left on the lead lap. Those top 6 are definitely a lot faster than everybody else. Look at the drop-off. 122 mile an hour average drops. First car lap down 115, and we were at 105 mile an hour average. So we've got our work cut out for us in the garage. And of course, for us, that work starts with the money. $3,841 that we got for this race is not too shabby, and I'm definitely not upset about that whatsoever. Crystal Lake with Jeff Ondich's victory at Crystal Lake. Tony Savoy is back in 15th place at 100. Well, we don't care about that. What I did care about was that we raced as good as we could with the car we had. That's truly what I cared about. And there we are, 15th place, 6 points out of 14, 10 points out of 13. Hell, we're still in screaming distance at 12 points out of 12th place, so not too bad. Keep upgrading the car, keep seeing what we can do. We've gone ahead and added one more sponsor to the car. We've got $5,000 in the bank. We'd like to bring that up, of course, into the double digits before we look for our next upgrade. That's probably going to be maybe 2 or 3 races down the line. We've got 2 dirt track races coming up. I'll do those off camera. And then we've got Welch Valley Racing Complex, folks, $45,000 up for grabs. And that is actually a big equalizer track. Although we don't have the power in the car, that's a road course. So we'll see where we can end up there. But that will be in the next episode, because that is going to do it for this episode. If you enjoyed the episode, please hit that like button. And if you haven't already, I urge that you do consider subscribing to the channel. Anyway, as always, and until next time, take care.